Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Aha Moments That Last a Lifetime show with Inez. It is so amazing how many times we have aha moments, but we really don't remember them until sometimes a lot later, which is fine. Because once we start to remember the aha moments, now it becomes just magical. So one of the things that I would love for you to know tonight is that everything always works out for you. So whatever is coming your way, just remember that everything always works out for you in whatever way it is working out for you. Sometimes it doesn't look like it's working out for you, and you're looking at that aha moment like, oh my goodness gracious, did I really? No, yeah, you did. But that's okay, because as these aha moments come and they last for a lifetime, it makes all the difference in our world. Tonight, I am so very excited to have with me a very, very, very good friend and the best acupuncturist in the world, our friend, Dr. Deborah Pardee. Dr. Pardee, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. I'm thrilled to be here.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm excited about what's going to happen on this show tonight because I know it's going to be a lot of fun listening to you and sharing your aha moments. Dr. Deborah Pardee is fondly called by her patients and her friends Rusty, and not because of the needles that she uses in acupuncture, but because of the color of her hair. She's an acupuncture physician practicing in Florida with more than 20 years. She's national certification for acupuncture and oriental medicine, a certified injection therapy for homeopathic medicine, herbal medicine, and vitamins, Bach flower practitioner and clinical nutrition. It just goes on and on. She is so amazing. She decided what she wanted to be and do, and she honed her craft. She's a diplomat and a national board certified acupuncturist for NCCAOM. Dr. Rusty is the author of Sensitivities, the Subtle Cause of Symptoms, the Hidden Cause of Illness, and also Key to a Vibrantly Healthy Lifestyle. She exemplifies that daily, daily, daily. Not only is she very active in her practice, but she's also active in the community. She's a member of the Garden Club of DeLand. She's an avid gardener, certified butterfly sanctuary with the designation since 2017, which is a huge accomplishment because it doesn't happen by chance. Dr. Rusty enjoys walking and she loves to cook gluten-free, vegetarian, healthy food. It is amazing in what she does, in all that she does with her life. I am thrilled to have you with us, Dr. Rusty, to share your aha moments. Let's get started.
Great. All right, I'm ready.
Okay, so with your aha moment, what is the first aha moment you'd like to share and how it impacted your life?
Well, at age 42, I had decided to go back to school. I was a certified chiropractic physician assistant, and I wanted more. I wanted to be the one that actually took care of the patients, that got them better. So I went back to the acupuncture college in Oviedo, and for 3.5 years, studied everything, took my national boards. And then when I graduated, found out that my license had a glitch and it wasn't coming the day that I was ready to walk into this, clinic that I had set up. So I was devastated. My teacher said, I'm going to do this acupuncture point on your wrist, and it's called the big picture or the aha point. Yes. So she did that and she said, now go home. So I drove home, and 7 minutes or so from the house, I got this huge aha. Under my husband's license, I practiced as a certified chiropractic physician assistant. He was also an acupuncturist. I could do everything but not insert needles. I could get the patient ready. I could interview them, do the intake form, ask them their symptoms, get them on the table. I could have the needles ready. He came in, he inserted the needles according to my treatment protocol plan. And then I would check on the patients. When they were done, I could take the needles out under his license and my other license. And then I could answer any of their questions, do nutritional counseling, get them set up for the next visit. So I had this huge aha that, my goodness, I just couldn't put the needles in. I could do everything else. So that was the number one aha, if I think. Now I want to fast forward to 20 years, and Inez does not know this part. Now, she was helping as my life coach. My husband was on hospice, and it was a really trying time. And I was just about having to come apart, and she worked with me. And one day I realized I was going to have to move my clinic. And I didn't want to, I didn't know how, I couldn't think about it. It was just too overwhelming. Well, Inez and I were walking forever. And she said that, well, she got it set up. She helped me set up in my mind what I wanted. She made me tell her exactly what I wanted. So I was like, okay, I know I can do this, because she'd helped me through everything else. That day, my friend who was a realtor called and said, there's this place I want you to go look at. Well, I had told Inez where I wanted to be, and it was at that shopping center. And I went in there and I looked and I went, no, it's just not right. It's not what I want. So I called Inez, and she's like, okay, you're always in your right place at the right time. That's not the right one. It's going to be there. What did you want again? So we went through the whole process. Next day, I get a call, go look at this one. It was exactly what I wanted. I didn't have to even do anything. It was perfect. It was move-in ready. Now, the aha moment that was really funny was when I was getting ready to do this interview, I realized that the new building that I've been in for 2.5 years now, the one that was perfect, was the exact place that I drove by those years before when my life was falling apart, and I got my aha minute right in front of that building. I know. That's huge.
That is very huge.
That is huge.
Let's put a pin right there, because what I hear you saying is not only did you have the aha moment right in front of that building in which you now have your practice, but the aha moment when you went back in your mind and started remembering all that brought you to that space, that makes all the difference.
Yes.
Dr. Rusty, that is amazing, because many times these aha moments, it's been hiding back there the whole time.
Right.
But when you were preparing for this show and you knew you're going to be talking about aha moments, it just came forward. And that happens many, many times in our lives with these aha moments, because they're like fleeting. And when they pass by, we don't just grab them back, because we on our way someplace, going some. We got to be here, we got to be there, we got to do this, we got to do that. But now when you're preparing to share your aha moments, thank you for that. Oh my goodness, that was awesome. Now I know you also are the creator of AccuSet, and that's a part of your practice. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how that came into being?
Yes, AccuSet is a protocol that I developed to help people identify and eliminate sensitivities. Now, it's an offshoot from 2 others that I had studied, and they were great. They worked, but they weren't permanent. And I can't say this is permanent. I can only say it works for 23 years, because that's as long as I've been doing it. And one of the aha moments was that I knew I had something really unique here that worked, but it wasn't 100%. So I spent some time and tried different things, putting it together, and then it worked. Okay, so I get this another aha. That's all I have to do. I just have to add this other step. Well, I flew out to California that weekend for a class in the other procedure, and I'm in there and I'm really excited about what I've come to realize. And the instructor said, and guess what? I found out this weekend that if we do this, it works. And it was the exact same thing. Now, I had not talked to her. She had not talked to me. I hadn't written it down. It was just in my head and in my heart. And I went back and I put it all together, and it has worked. For 23 years, almost 7,000 people I've helped with this procedure.
Whoa, that is awesome. Is that how you wrote your book on sensitivities?
Right. That was the book, because I wanted people to understand what we were doing. And I would print out pages and put together workbooks. And one of my mentors said, write a book, and this is who you contact, do it. And I did it. So instead of printed out pages, they get this really nice bound book explaining what it is and how it works.
That is so perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that a part of your sensitivity treatment is to get people who find themselves allergic to this or allergic to that. You have a process that you use,
right,
that really helps them to minimize, or I guess, or even eliminate those sensitivities. Can you tell us a little bit more about that process?
Sure. There is a computer program I have that will identify what they are sensitive to. Now, there's 3 levels. TV says everybody has allergies, but they don't really. Only about 15% of the population has real allergies. That's anaphylactic. That's not able to breathe, breaking out, covered in rashes, that sort of thing. And then there's irritations, which most of us get this time of year, well, spring in Florida right now, where your eyes water, your nose will run. And that's may not be an allergy or sensitivity. It can be that your body's saying, don't be inhaling that pollen because it's going to, suffocate you. So your body works that way to protect yourself. In the middle are sensitivities, where most people are, with either a few or hundreds of items. And over time, they get worse, 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 and worse. So the acupuncture treatment I developed, we expose you in a very, very safe way to that item, a specific acupuncture treatment. 24 hours later, the sensitivity is gone.
In 24 hours?
Mm-hmm. That was the secret, that, protocol thing that I developed to have it work that way. And like I said, I've tested people going back 23 years now on the computer, and their sensitivities have not come, and they even report that they don't have those symptoms.
Wow.
So it's exciting. It really is.
That's very exciting, because I know a lot of people are always complaining about this or that. And perhaps they need to just give Dr. Rusty a call and see what she can do. Now, one of the things that you don't know, Dr. Rusty, is years and years ago, before we even actually, I guess we had met at a chamber meeting, and I was in a restaurant, and this family had flown over from Europe to see you. They were bringing their children to see you, and they didn't know how to get to your office, so I showed them how to get there.
Oh my goodness.
And I never mentioned that to you. I showed them how to get there. So and I said that because not only do you work with adults, but you also work with children, and you have a special process that you use. It's not the needling process, but you do something different. You want to share that with us?
Right. 25% of my population are pediatrics. And it's hard to get kids to sit still for these skinny, teeny, tiny little needles that only go in about 1/8 of an inch. But we have a low-level laser or a microcurrent. And again, we can test on the computer. Their symptoms are just gone. So we don't even have to worry about that. I've treated babies a day old.
Wow.
And the eldest I've ever treated was 99.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So you got the whole spectrum.
Whole spectrum. Yep. From around the world. People come from around the world.
Well, I do know they came from Europe. I know that.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. So that is awesome. So what is another aha moment you'd like to share?
Gee. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm drawing a blank on this.
What about when you decided to, when your husband passed, the aha moment that you had?
Right. When you told me to go get a life, and I looked at you, it wasn't the moment he passed. It was a little while after that. And Inez said to me, you've got to get a life. You have to live. And I looked at her, I think in horror, because we'd been married almost 30 years and I couldn't imagine. I just couldn't imagine. So I went home and I kept thinking about it. And all of a sudden, it was like this light went off inside of me. And I said, I'm young, I'm vital. I have a lot to offer. I can get out there and be with people and do things and learn and take more classes. and ta-da, and it happened. And that was, I realized no matter how old you are, you can start anew.
Would you say that again, please?
No matter how old you are, you can start anew. You can learn something new. You can take a new class. You can go into a new profession. One of my fellow classmates was 65. And he had 2 PhDs, and he was Asian. He always got acupuncture. He decided he wanted to be an acupuncture physician. And he went to school with us, and he graduated, and he had a very good practice. He put his heart and soul into it for another 10 years, and then he retired. So you can be any age, any stage of your life. And there's so much available. If you don't want to be a doctor, there's a lot you could be. You know, I know women, they say, I'd love to do nails. I think it would be fun. Go do it. There's no age limit on life.
You mean it's not an age limit on life? We don't have an expiration date?
Nope, there's no expiration date. Not at all. Not at all.
I think that is some of the best news that many people can really listen to, because sometimes as we get into the old, the decades up and up and up, we start to think that, well, maybe we need to slow down, but why? Who told you that you must slow down? That's an old paradigm that we used to have. And now that we are in the age of Aquarius, we can be and do and have whatever our heart desires when we really get the aha moment to go forth, to do it, and to enjoy it. See, that's the whole thing. If you are living your life with tepid water, and you really want to be hot or cold, and as you decide, okay, I am worth it, I know exactly what I want to do, and I'm going to do it. So if that is what you really want to do, get started doing it. And because you make that decision now, doesn't mean it has to last you for the rest of your life. You might do it for 5 weeks, 6 months, 3 years, and say, I'm done. I'm going to do something else, or add something else to what you're doing. It's entirely up to us how we do that, because everything is always working out for us. Isn't that amazing?
It is amazing. I have a patient that he says every year he learns something new. Every year he learns something, whether it's starting another language or how to work his computer. Every year he learns something new. And with the Zoom age, which is amazing, because 2 years ago I had to learn how to do Zoom and how to present, and I teach classes on Zoom, and I had to learn how to do that. I had to learn how to work my computer. I had to learn how to work my phone. And why not? There's no age limit on this. Why not? My mother knows how to text, and I'm not going to tell how old she is, but she's my mother. And she can text, which amazes me. And she sends me little emojis, and it's so cute. I know.
That is so cute. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so thrilled that she's doing that, because it keeps her young as well, and it keeps her engaged with the outside community. Even if it's just to her children, she's engaged, and that makes all the difference. It will also add years to her life as well.
Yes, it has, because I tell her the phone cord is invisible. It's just not the umbilical cord is just invisible. It was a phone cord. Now it's just, it's through the ethers. It's in the air. And that's how she can text. So she has, touch with us all day long, which makes her happy.
Oh, yes, yes. Now, Dr. Rusty, I know you are an avid gardener, and your place is absolutely adorable. Can you tell us how you got started in the gardening and why you're so passionate about it? How does it feed your soul?
Well, working in the dirt, that's life. Watching flowers grow, that's life. And it smells good, and it's peaceful, and it's a good way to relax. And you don't have to know a lot. There's so many resources. The extension offices with the state universities, they have everything you need to know on how to be a gardener in your area. And then when DeLand became the Monarch City a few years ago, the Garden Club created a program. If you abided by certain rules and had 20 plants that were butterfly attractors and pollinators, they would certify you. And I believe we have 100 places in DeLand gardens. So we take it seriously. And to see these butterflies and hummingbirds all in your yard, it's beautiful. And there's so much peace. There's joy. There's, like I said, it's just, I get so calm when I'm working out in the garden. And you learn to respect nature. You learn to respect bugs and the lizards and the snakes and, you know.
That was going to be my next question about the snakes, since we live in Florida. So I'm thinking
Yeah, they have a place too. Yeah.
Well, they do, but not in my space.
Well, if you have a garden, they probably have come to visit it. And then the deer, you learn to respect the deer. You know, you walk out your front yard one day and all your roses are gone because the deer was there last night.
Wow.
You know, you go, well, this was their home before it was mine.
That is true. We get to think, you know, when we think like that, I think it adds to all of us, all of the planet. When we know that we can live together and not be destructive. Right. We don't have to get rid of the deer or the snakes, but you know, it would be great if you did, if they're around me. If either they're going to get rid of the snakes or they're going to get rid of me, one of us going to have to go.
Well, they're not my favorite either, but I do respect them. But there is life, there is chi. Chi is the energy that we talk about in acupuncture, and that is what is everything. Everything has chi, and chi is everything. When you're exhausted, you have lack of chi. When you feel excited, you know, and happy, like Inez and I are sitting here tonight, we have a lot of chi, but we both get acupuncture. So it makes a difference. Well, there's chi in every single thing, every animal, every plant. So when we do that, we know we are interconnected. We are all one together.
And that is so true. We are all one together.
Yes.
So, you know, this age that we're in right now, the last couple of years, people have been trying to be divisive. Mm-hmm. And when we decide that's not who I am, we're going to be inclusive. We're going to get together, be one. That makes all the difference. And I love seeing that. I think that change is coming around a little bit slowly, but it's coming around.
It's coming. And each one of us can do our part with that. If you can just give somebody a smile, even behind the mask, they can see it in your eyes. If you just say hello to them when you're walking past them in Publix or on the street, you know, that's just going to lighten their heart. It increases your serotonin, increases their serotonin. And that's the feel-good neurotransmitter. So if we just start spreading a little love, it is going to change. Love and good are more powerful than hate and darkness.
You know, you're absolutely right about that, Dr. Rusty. And I'm so glad you said that, because so many times we get into the energy by reading the newspaper and looking at the news and hearing all this stuff that comes at us. It can really lower our energy just because we have been listening to it and allowing it into our space. What would be one of your suggestions about noticing it, however, not owning it? What would you say about that?
Well, I'm a little radical about that. Now, you know, bless the newscasters and the journalists and the TV people and all that. We need them. I'm glad they're there, but it doesn't mean we have to sit and watch them 24/7. I always say, if there's something I need to know, a patient or my mom will let me know. And so I can get my mind off of that and more on love and taking care of people and enjoying life. So I recommend to my patients that they limit their exposure to the news. And they tell me they sleep better and they feel better. And again, if there's something we need to know, someone will tell you. Yeah.
And that's a great idea, because I've limited the news for the last 40 years. I rarely ever watch it. And one of the things, whenever something really spectacular happens, my phone starts lighting up. Did you hear this? Did you hear that? So I don't have to worry about it. Even telling me when a hurricane is coming, because I'm not watching the news, I wouldn't know. So somebody tells me, you know, might need to look around and see what you need to do because a hurricane is coming. And all of that leads to my own peace of mind. I'm centered, I'm peaceful, I have a great life just because of that.
Right.
Now, Dr. Rusty, can you tell us how to get in touch with you?
Sure. My website is Acudebra, ACUDEBRA.com. And I'm in DeLand, Florida. You can Google Deborah Pardee or acupuncturist physicians in DeLand, and you'll find me there. Or you can go to NCCAOM, their website.com, and find me, or find an acupuncture physician near you. Wherever you put in your zip code, and they'll find one near you.
Oh, that is so awesome. That is really, really wonderful. I certainly appreciate you being with me tonight. That is so awesome. I'm just thrilled that you shared. And what I'd love for you to take away from this is, if you're watching this now, watching it later, to take away that it is okay to get acupuncture. It is an alternative integrative medicine type of deal. And I can tell you right now, you're going to be so glad that you did. Doesn't have to be from Dr. Rusty.
Right.
But if you are finding that it might be, just to give it a try. I mean, what's wrong with seeing what it does for you? You
Mhm.
might be mildly surprised or have an aha moment. And
That's
that is
right.
absolutely awesome.
Mhm.
One of the things I know for sure is when we open ourselves to allowing, accepting, and receiving things that seem to be new or different, but you've heard about it and it's like, well, that's got to be quackery. No, it is not quackery. It is a science behind all of it. You
Mhm.
want to tell a little bit about the science, Dr. Rusty?
Sure, it's based on the neurological system, and you can Google it anywhere and go to WebMD, any site like that, and it will tell you the benefits of acupuncture. To be an acupuncture physician in the state of Florida, you have to have a bachelor's, and then it's almost another 4 years at a college. You take your state or national boards. The state of Florida gives you a license, just like any MD, DC, or DO, and we're listed as a primary healthcare provider. So it's real. It works. If it didn't work, it wouldn't have lasted almost 4,000, 3,000 to 5,000 years at who you talk to. But it works. The least that'll happen is you'll come away with a sense of well-being. And the most that can happen, well, I've seen some pretty incredible things. I've helped 89 women have successful babies. I've helped with the sensitivities, pain, anything, strokes, migraines, headaches, constipation, diarrhea, colds. Right now, we're treating a lot of post-COVID people for their symptoms because they got tired of being told, well, there's nothing you can do, hopefully it'll go away. And we're actually getting them relief from those symptoms. We don't treat COVID cases, but I have homeopathics and herbals and vitamins that help with the symptoms. And if my patients call me, we can get those products to them. And I mean, we're here for everything. So find a good acupuncture physician near you. Give it a try. But most of all, it's going to keep you healthy.
Yes,
That's
yes,
the
it
main.
does.
It does. It keeps
It
you
does.
healthy. Works with diabetes. Works
It
with
works with,
everything.
yeah,
If
yeah.
you're alive, and animals get acupuncture, my dogs get acupuncture.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, why not?
Why
Why not?
not?
It's a treatment
Sure.
that can make them feel better, just as it makes humans feel better. And
Right.
that is really, that's the thing. It does help you feel better.
Mhm.
Wow, Dr. Rusty, this has gone very quickly.
It
And
has.
I am so excited that we're here. One of the things that I do know for sure is whatever is coming at us, whatever the result is,
Mhm.
everything always works out for us.
It
And
does.
because everything is always working out for us, we get to be in the energy and the knowing that everything is working out for us. Hearing this and watching this show about acupuncture might be something that's been in the back of your mind for the longest time, or just recently you heard about it and you're thinking, oh, that might be something I should try. So now that you've had an opportunity to listen to Dr. Rusty share what she knows and how long she's been doing this, it might just be the impetus that you need to just reach out and touch whoever's near you, or you might want to fly from Europe and come over here to see Dr. Rusty. I
Sure.
know that has been done. I absolutely know that.
Mhm.
Next week, we will be back again with another show, but I'm so delighted that you're here this evening. Everything is always working out for you.
Mhm.